Where's he been? What's he been doing? Who knows? Everyone wants to know. But can they handle the truth? I don't know. What they want to hear, what they want to know.
Welcome to the first of this mini prep series, I guess you could say. It's one thing you guys have been asking for on my Instagram polls, and I just thought I'd actually make it happen. So just out of the moment, taking the dog for a walk, normal morning routine resumes, although woke up an hour later this morning. It's nice to have a bit of an extra hour this morning. I'll be heading off to Next Level Gym in Preston, where I'll be training legs. I'll be taking you along on the ride with me. Over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to try and get as many videos as I can done, including the show day vlog. Will take you along on the ride. Probably have a short break after the couple of shows I've got planned this show season, and then once I get stuck into the off season, maybe I'll take you through that as well, so you can see not just the good bits of prep, but also see how the off season rolls. So I'm going to carry on walking with the dog, and crack on with the rest of the video. So that's the dog walked, that's her sorted. So be putting her in her crate fairly shortly. I'm just in the kitchen cooking some chicken for my next couple of meals, which I'm going to take with me. Generally, I'm going to go away and train. I always like to take my food with me. I'll have it in my bag. Then I'll generally use the microwave that's in the gym. It just means that it makes it nice and easy. Because this gym's about half an hour, 45 minutes from home, it means that I'm not going and training and then coming home and then having to stack meals. Because I have bits and pieces that I need to get on with sort of between times. It means I can go and train, slam my food in the microwave, sit in the car and eat it, and then drive home. And then, by which point it means it would have started to digest, and it gives me plenty of time then between my post-workout meal and my next meal. So I'm going to get these few meals boxed up. I've got cream of rice to make, I've got my intra-workout drink to make, pre-workout to make as well. And then, I'll be heading off to the gym.
As mad as it's me, there's damage in me, complacent with clarity. I vandalised the man until my man is deceased. I poisoned every plant by the seed and brewed the roots. Now I'm loose in the coop, the headless chicken on shrooms. I've got bruises on my brain, I can't reason with the same. I need to be restrained, what's the reason for this pain? I'm repeating it again, I can't reason with the same. I need to be restrained, what's the reason for this pain? And all I know is deceit. I beat myself up to the bleed, a whole sea of receipts. They think I'm going mad, they don't know what I mean. Only those who understand really know what I see.
So that's Emma dropped off to have her hair done. I've literally just made it to the gym, and I'm going to try and keep this segment short because I'm not going to lie, I'm absolutely busting for a wee. With this video, I'm going to have to be careful because last time I posted YouTube videos, I got slapped by YouTube for copyright. Didn't get any fines or anything like that. It was more a couple of my videos got pulled because of the background music that was going on whilst I was filming, but it is what it is. I've just arrived at the gym, pre-workout meals in, pre-workout drinks in, and I've had about 2 litres of water this morning as well, so it's no wonder why I'm dying for the toilet. So I'm going to get in, get signed in, pay for my day pass, run to the toilet before I wet myself, and then crack on with the rest of the session.
They want to know, look, They say they want the old Charlie nose. You can't handle the old Charlie nose. Pain!
So I'm starting today's session on leg extensions. I was going to do adductors, but the machine's currently in use at the moment. So I'm going to do a couple of sets on this and then move over to the adductor before jumping on the hack squat. Last week when I was here, I used the Cybex hack squat. But I think today, by the looks of it, I'm going to try and use the Precore, a piece of kit I've never used before. So we'll see how that goes. So hack squat, leg press, hamstring curls, abductors, do some calves, and then call it a day, I think. So the one good thing about this gym, and I actually really like, is the fact that it's air conditioned. It makes such a difference having an air conditioned gym. It means it's cooler, and especially now the temperatures are starting to drop a little bit, it makes it a bit more bearable. Like right at the beginning of prep, the temperatures were savage, my body heat was through the roof and it was awful, but I seem to be on a nice decent level at the moment. So I'm going to get into this working set and then move on to the
I took a little break, I could have sworn I taught a lesson. This vodka made it Russia like the AK-47. I stand strong, on job and it's hands on. It's wax off, split a wig when I wax on. Brain damaging days trapped in this pain rap. It's my main method, I stay sane, I don't take tablets. Whoever thought I'd come up like this? Whoever thought we never fought the terror with fists? Daydreaming of days I can break even. Stay scheming like French as I face demons. You should've listened when I told you. Fuck a pig, we pepper plugs for that soul food. Death is cold, but it's so true. You hear the trickles of the tears as they hold you.
So I'm actually pretty happy with that set, to be honest. I think I'm a plate off on last week, which is great. Like, I'll absolutely take any progressions at the moment. Leg extension is one thing that I get frustrated about. Seeing people doing it wrong all the time, literally kicking the weight around and not really getting any benefit from it. I've probably said, if you watch like my reels and stuff on my Instagram, that whenever I'm using the leg extension, is when I warm up, I jab my thumb into my hip. It's a tip that I picked up a couple of years back now, and it's made a massive difference. It means that I'm feeling my whole quad and not just hitting my knees. Which, don't get me wrong, like if you take the prime leg extension, I could probably do like say 4 or 5 plates on that, but all it's doing is just battering my knees. So drop the weight back, control it as you saw in that set, and your legs will grow. It's also believed that when you're on prep, going through a diet, whatever, that using the control and using the leg extension really digs up the detail in the quads, and I'm really noticing that difference. So going to do my back off set and then move on. So I'm just up to my top set on the hack squat. Decided to risk it and go 3 plates aside. Might not be a good idea, but we'll soon find out. If I could get at least 6 reps at this, I'll be fucking well happy. But if not, it's not the end of the world. Like, what I've been doing like on my back off sets is I'll go for quite a decent weight and then I'll go slightly lower than what I normally would on my back offs, because I've already burnt the muscle out on my back off set. When I then drop down again, I know that I can fully control the weight and really take it that much further, and so far it is really helping. So I'm going to do the same with this, dropping from 3 plates probably down to, might even drop back down to 2, maybe even a plate and a 15, and just take it for like quite stricter form than what this set's likely to be. But just bear that in mind, like if you're ever doing like top set, back off set, is the back off set you want to kind of reduce about 30 to 35% from your top set. So this set's supposed to be 8 to 10, but we'll see how it goes.
Everybody, it's apparently me. Apparently the man in me is as mad as it's me. There's damage in me, complacent with clarity. I vandalized the man until my man is deceased. I poisoned every plant by the seed and brewed the roots. Now I'm loose in the coop, the headless chicken on shrooms. I've got bruises on my brain, I can't reason with the same. I need to be restrained, what's the reason for this pain? I'm repeating it again, I can't reason with the same. I need to be restrained, what's the reason for this pain? And all I know is deceit. I beat myself up to the bleed, a whole sea of receipts. They think I'm going mad, they don't know what I mean. Only those who understand really know what I seen. They wonder why my other eye is open to see. The thunder in my fucking mind won't go when I sleep. Spend a week awake, your only hope is to dream. Your only hope is it clean before I host this cuisine. Hold the soda and unfold the machine. I'm a skater boy like Avril Lavigne, just let it be. I got bruises on my brain, I can't reason with the same. I need to be restrained, what's the reason for this pain? I'm repeating it again, I can't reason with the same. I need to be restrained, what's the reason for this pain? What they wanna hear, what they wanna know, what they wanna hear, what they wanna know, what they wanna hear.
You know what, I'll absolutely take that. Went a lot better than I thought. That last rep, I thought I wasn't going to get it. Probably could have gone for another, but I probably would have ended up in a hole like I did on the Cybex last week. This machine is a little bit more forgiving. It's not going to absolutely bury you, even though that set kind of did semi-bury me, but time for my back off set. Then going to drop in adductors, give my quads a couple of minutes to recover before jumping on the leg press. Fucked after that, but so happy. First time in God knows how long that I've managed to hack squat 3 plates aside with pretty decent form as well, even if I do say so myself.
Raids, you need to kill it.
I stood my ground, footed my foundations. I was lost, now I'm found, searching clouds for relations. I did it for my town, not a crown or flash bracelets. I did it for my family's name and I embraced it. Amends are never made because life it takes turns. We fended hella fakes and wow, that shit hurts. I faced up to the liars, the cowards, the cheat words. Man, I made it through the fire, I'm proud of these burns. Look at the changes, I've mentally made it. I slowed it down till I found salvation. My ambition's a playlist, running rings around haters. Forever winning like Vegas, forever living in greatness. I love you little brother, man, I come up was tainted. Prolonged from the wrongs, we grew strong from the phases. Fuck the past, you're the greatest, a blessing to me. Forever grateful we're related. Cause every bar that I wrote, you were praising for weeks. When I struggled, you would hug me, man, that made me succeed. I'm sorry for the things you had to see, man, you lost your role model for the way I used to be. The arguments, the fights, it all starts off with me. I got your back like your back pocket, man, I'm part of your genes. Every show that I was booked for, you were there in the crowd. Flexing in the footage, where's your t-shirt now, brother? Brother, I swear I'm so proud. Having a brother like you, it helped me turn my life round. Never judged me for the things I knew you heard about. Now you got a nephew who will look up to you now. I stood my ground, footed my foundations. I was lost, now I'm found, searching clouds for relations. I did it for my town, not a crown or flash bracelets. I did it for my family's name and I embraced it. Amends I never made because life, it takes turns. Befriended hella fakes and wow, that shit hurts. I faced up to the liars, the cowards, the cheap words. Man, I made it through the fire, I'm proud of these birds.
Wasn't massively helpful that on, I think it was on my first set, managed to cut off my head, which isn't fun at all. So it probably means I've jumped out that clip, forgot what I said. Who really gives a shit. 2 sets on the adductors done. Leg press next. Probably going to do maybe 1-2 warm-up sets, straight into working set, straight into back off set. Seated hamstring curls, just trying to kind of work my way through as quickly as I can. Not that I'm in any rush, apart from fuck me, I'm hungry.
Took a little break, I could have sworn I taught a lesson. This vodka made it Russia like the AK-47. I stand strong, on job and it's hands on. It's wax off, split a wig when I wax on. Brain damaging days, trapped in this pain rap. It's my main method, I stay sane, I don't take tablets. Whoever thought I'd come up like this? Whoever thought we never fought the terror with fists? Daydreaming of days I can break even. Stay scheming like French as I face demons. You should've listened when I told you. Fuck a pig, we pepper plugs for that soul food. Death is cold, but it's so true. You hear the trickles of the tears as they hold you. Different phases that we go through. We visit graves in the rain cause the road's cruel. I call it art, the way we fall apart. Escape and we enhance the ways we see the past. I call it art, the ways of who we are. Put strains upon our heart for snakes with open arms. I call it art, the ways of broken paths. The days up in the dark, it fades into the calm. I call it art, the ways that people start to claim they made us.
Probably stood a bit too far away, but fuck it. Very decent set on the leg press. Thought I was actually going to black out, but I didn't. My quads are borderline fried right now. Got one more set back off on here. Seated hamstring curl, either seated or laying hamstring curl, one of the two. Again, 2 sets on each. Might drop in some calves at the very end, but we'll see. We'll see. My quads are pretty fucked. I guess I may as well fuck up my calves as well, sod it. Overall, it's been a pretty decent session. You know, I'm not particularly fast in terms of numbers or anything like that. All I know is that everything's been taken to failure, and I've really made the most of this session. Like, at the moment, this competitive year, my quads aren't massively important, but in these last few weeks, they've actually come through quite a fair bit, which is very promising. So, nice to see a bit of shape to them at this point. Got another, I think probably about 16 days solid dieting, which is, I can't even put across how exciting that is right now. All I want is a fucking burger. But hopefully we'll see some more quad lines. Glutes are coming in as well, which is very exciting. Don't tell anybody, but they're coming through. First time I've actually seen my glutes come through properly. Still a little bit watery, mine, but it is what it is. Anyway, less of me jabbering on about fuck all as usual. I'm going to jump in, do my back off set, and then move on.
I call it art, the way we call it art. Escape and we enhance the ways we see the past. I call it art, the ways I call it art. The strains I call it art. The snakes we call it arts. I call it art, the ways I call it arts. The days I call it dark, it fades and call it art. I call it art, the ways that people start to claim they made it still, but break up when it starts. No better days, we kick in iller ways. My shit will rick ricochet off walls and alleyways, cause I've been busy. Heavy metal, no thin Lizzy, my skin's dripping in swag. Your ink's pissy. I drink whiskey with lads who think risky.
The leg press is one machine that I've loved for years, really. Like, I know I rattle on about it quite a bit, but over the years I managed to work this up to some 350, 400 kilos. But then I wondered why I ended up with like really bad knee pain and joint issues. Over the last sort of like 18 months or so, I guess you could say, I've really stripped it right way back, slowing it down as you've seen like in the previous video, and really concentrating it into the quads. And I think that's helped in terms of the more like muscle definition side of things, rather than just putting on out and out mass, because on previous preps like my quads have not even really come through that much, but this year they've come through quite considerably, and I've not really lost that much size off them, to be honest with you. So leg press, really work on it, really focus into it, and stop pressing stupid amount of weight for shit reps. Like, doesn't even matter, it might look good, but then imagine yourself in that position like 3 or 4 years down the line, maybe even longer, where your joints are too fucked, like, and you end up like Ronnie Coleman. Don't get me wrong, world's greatest, always will be. But then look at where he is now with his power building and that sort of thing. He could do it because he had the genetics to do it, whereas nobody else really has. There's a very small percentage that has got the ability to be able to do that. So yeah, stop fucking around on the leg press.
It don't matter how far I run, I'ma still keep it real till my days are done. Looking back is a no-no, son. Bad decisions that I made, I was so young. No matter how hard life comes.
So my hamstrings are one thing that over the years have been pretty much non-existent. All this time I thought I've spent training them right, and I haven't. That's one big thing that I'm willing to kind of own up to over the years, is that how my training has been and how I used to train hasn't been conducive to what it is that I wanted to do. Now what I'm saying is that I massively changed my training as soon as I joined forces with Ewan. He's heavily into like form and execution and intensity, which were things I thought my training had, but it turns out they didn't. Over the last sort of like 18 months or so during the off season, my hamstrings have come on like a silly amount. Don't get me wrong, I'm not particularly curling a massive amount on either laying, on seated hamstring curls, standing hamstring curls, even down to like RDLs, because to me it's not conducive to what I need to get out of it. That set wasn't particularly heavy in a sense, still took it to failure, still got the benefit from it, but then not just moving weight, for want of a better word. So for a top set wise, that was pretty good. I think I was like 3, maybe 4 plates off the stack, which is sound. Back off set now, I think I've dropped off 2 plates, so then I'll take that for, at the moment seems to be anywhere between 8 and fucking 12, so hopefully I'll get at least 10. Then I'm going to move on to adductors, 2 sets of adductors. Emma's just messaged me saying she's going to be at the hairdresser's longer, meaning I've got a bit more time, so it means I'm in no fucking rush really. So after here I'm going to have my post-workout meal, go to Starbucks around the corner, get myself a coffee, and then make my way back home, ready to spend the rest of the afternoon on the sofa.
It don't matter how far I run, I'ma still keep it real till my days are done. Looking back is a no-no, son. Bad decisions that I made, I was so young. No matter how hard life comes, it can never take a toll on the man I've become. No matter how far I run, I'ma still keep it real till my days are done.
So that concludes today's leg session. Overall, it was a very good session. I'm very happy with how things went. Very good session across the board. Every movement went to plan, how I had it planned out in my head, and I very rarely go to the gym with like preconceived plans or anything like that. Was going to record the couple of sets of adductors that I did, but as I went onto that machine, my camera decided to die, so I've currently got it plugged into the car.
After I finished, just eating my post-workout, which I'll find out the details. Post-workout meal, this is uncooked 250 grams of chicken, 50 grams of jasmine rice, 100 grams of pineapple, and 2 rice cakes, which honestly was a very, very banging meal, to be honest with you. I'm not even going to lie. Probably thinking, well, what does that equate to? 250 grams of chicken works out to somewhere between 190 and 200 grams of cooked chicken. 50 grams of uncooked jasmine rice works out to about 160, 170 grams cooked. And then rice cakes are obviously rice cakes. Probably thinking it's pretty boring. Rice cakes aren't particularly anything great. I personally think that they taste like the cones you get with a 99 ice cream, so they're not too bad. So yeah, I'm really happy with how today's gone so far. Digestion's good, body's moving as it should be, digestion's where it should be, and it's one thing that I monitor after like every meal. I always monitor my digestion and where that's at. Obviously any of the food that I'm eating at the moment isn't sitting particularly heavy, so it's not like it's causing any real like digestive issues or anything like that. If it does, then it kind of makes me think, well, what's going on there and what's happening, what's causing it to be like that. But so far, touch wood, like my digestion's actually been pretty good, so really can't argue. I've also just popped round to Starbucks and got myself an iced coffee for the drive back, which I'll be heading off shortly. Just going to let this meal settle for a little bit, drink a bit of my coffee, and then I'll be getting on the road to get back. So yeah, so far, honestly, like I'm really enjoying prep. Like as much of it is a power struggle. These next like 3 weeks, I guess you could say, not really including peak week, are going to be like trudging through mud for a bit. But you know what, I'm absolutely like strapped in for the process, otherwise I wouldn't do it. A lot of people actually say to me like, why do you bodybuild, why do you do it? So I've always been a small kid. I never really have been a big kid, and it's one thing that I'd looked at over the years, wanted to do it, and then just one day there was that sudden like switch, and then I thought, you know what, I'm actually going to go into this and make something of it. In the earlier years, I wasn't particularly bothered in like silverware or anything like that. But then after my productive season in 2023, I thought, you know what, maybe I do actually have the potential to kind of push this forwards and make something good of it. So that's kind of the emphasis that's going into this year, is to make something of it, see where we can get to. Obviously, I'm not going in with the intent of like, yeah, I'm going to place or anything like that. Can't really go in with that mindset, because the problem is with bodybuilding shows is that you could turn up on the day and you could have the floor wiped with loads of other lads, or you could have a pretty decent day and you know there might only be sort of like a couple of you in your category, whatever. It really is dependent on the day. But you know what, Ewan's honestly got a good handle on things at the moment. We're really happy with how things are going, so in all honesty, like I can't really complain. So just got to keep putting one foot in front of the other, completing one day after another. And it's mad to think that so far we're just over 12 weeks into prep already. It's probably even longer than that, like I can't even count. But honestly, like how things are going at this point, the changes are happening daily. We're literally just waiting for my back to come in, which is the one thing that seems to be sort of like just trotting along behind at the moment. But it is coming and it is getting there. So we will get to the point where it will be there. I'm absolutely sure of that. And you know, we'll just keep pushing for more. I'm honestly really excited, like seeing my pictures over the last couple of days on how things are going to look come peak week, once water's been stripped, once diuretics are in and that sort of thing, and you know what we're going to present to stage. So it kind of boosts that excitement a little bit more, because if I'm this lean now, it means I'm going to be absolutely fucking shredded to the bone when I'm on stage, which is obviously the whole point. So anyway, I'm going to sit and enjoy my coffee for a little bit, wait for a message from Emma to say that she'll be ready to be picked up in next time, and yeah, we'll go from there. But yeah, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, share this video, drop a comment, really help me get this pushed out there, and you know, I'd be really appreciative. I'll be dropping another one probably over the next couple of weeks. As I've said before, I've harped on a lot, is that I will be dropping a show day vlog on the 7th of September, which will be dropping a couple of days afterwards. I'm going to take a bit of downtime after that show, and you know, see what we can do from there. But as I say, thank you for watching, really do appreciate it, and yeah, see you in the next one.